Okay, now we're going to go into Matthew 26 and 26. And it says, and as they were eating, Ha Mashayach Yahawashi took bread. So we have the unleavened bread and blessed it. He blessed it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat this. This is my body. So we have the unleavened bread and we eat the unleavened bread. This is my body. He took the cup and gave thanks to one Most High, about so much and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. So we drink. Very good. So, and we have to look at this because it said eat the flesh. So we got to take the lamb. John 1:14. John 1 and 14. John the first chapter, 14 verse. And the word was made flesh. That's Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and mercy. So we eat the lamb pertaining to his flesh, symbolically. Pretty good. Oh man, this is good. I must say, it's really good. So now, when we look at the bitter herbs, because that's the meal. We had the lamb, we had the unleavened bread, we had the wine, and we had the bitter herbs. So the bitter herbs, we're gonna look at I don't know. My computer doing some crazy things right now. It went to YouTube on its own. But we're going to continue here as I fix this problem. Wow. So the bitter herbs, the affliction we cause Ha Mashayach Yahawashi to suffer. Let me get back online here for my class. No, they don't want to miss anything. I don't want them to miss anything. So, when we look at the bitter herbs, it's bitter. I don't know. It's bitter melon, y'all. It's not no coarse radish or whatever else y'all can come up with. It's bitter melon. It's called bitter melon. And it's bitter, believe me. It looks like a cucumber, but it's a little greener, light, like almost a light lime green. It looks like a cucumber. And it's bitter. So we gotta endure we looking at the bitter herbs class. The affliction we cause Ha Mashayach Yahawashi to suffer for our sins. Look at Jeremiah 9 and 15. Jeremiah the 9th chapter, the 15th verse. Therefore, thus say the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, power of army of angels, the power of Israel. You see that? The Most High is the power of Israel, the power of angels, the power of hosts, power of armies of angels, the power of Israel. Behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them water of gall to drink. Bitterness, man, for what we done. And poisonous water. You tell me the Most High ain't real. We gotta buy water, and don't even know the water that you buying is is really safe to drink at all. So now we got to deal with this bitter herb. Let's look at Isaiah the 53rd chapter. Isaiah the 53rd chapter. Isaiah 53. And let's look at start at verse 3. Concerning Ha Mashayach Yahawashi in this chapter, it said, he is despised and rejected of men. So he was despised and rejected of men. A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, sadness. And we hid as it were our faces from him. Did nobody want to see him when he come? He was despised and we esteemed him not. Listen, verse 4. Get ready for this bitter herb. Surely he hath borne our griefs. He borne our griefs, our sadness, and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. You see, that's why we got to eat this bitter herb. And it's bitter. It's bitter. It's bitter, y'all. It's called bitter melon. And you're getting that taste out of your mouth real quick. So you know, not no horseradish. Horseradish is hot. This is real bitter. It's bitter. So you see, it tell you, surely he who is Ha Mashayach Yahawashi have borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. So that's why we have the bitter herbs. And he said that was the meal. Lamb, we killed the lamb, and with all the pertinent parts in it, he had all his pertinent parts in it. We roasted it with fire, with all the pertinent parts on it, and we took the lamb from outside. We don't eat any organs or anything of that nature, so you got to cut the lamb parts on the outside. And discard it before the morning, right? Remember, we had to get rid of it before the morning came in. And he had to be in the tomb before the morning came. So, it was in the night when the death angel went through Egypt to kill the firstborn and beast of man and beast and women. Whoever was the firstborn, they was finished. They had to be taken out. Most I took them out. So look at like I say, this is all symbolic pertaining to Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. This is in the night And night means darkness, ignorant, not knowing, evil kingdom. Look at for us, Isaiah 47. And we've been through this, so I'm not going to go through it all totally again due to time constraint. But we've been through this to know that when it says in verse 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And we define virgin daughter of Babylon in Psalms 137, 8 to 10, I believe, or 7 to 10, which is Edom, the Edomites, the superpower of the earth at this time. That was the superpower of the earth when the Ha Mashayach Yahawashi walked the earth. We're going to see what he said concerning being in that kingdom. We're looking at darkness. Remember, it was dark. It was dark in the night. In the night, when the death angel came through. Remember, he said 12 o'clock at night? That's in the night. Verse 5, he told Edomites, he said, sit thou silent, said, shut up, be quiet, don't say nothing, and get thee into darkness. See, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms, right? So what did they do once they went into darkness? Y'all should know this by heart. Isaiah 60 and 2. Now, if you're not studying, you won't know this. But if you're studying, I've been over this many a times. These precepts go together. Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. You see that? So we say darkness gonna cover the earth, which is, you know, darkness is ignorance, not knowing, you know, to the point of being stupid. And people love to be stupid, they don't want to think. You got to think to be able to come into the spirit of the Most High. You're not coming to the spirit of the Most High and not thinking. You're not going to get it all from me. You got to look at what it is that's coming out and bring forth something yourself, within yourself. But it say, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Ignorance. They want people to be ignorant. They want you to be stupid. They want you to be not knowing. You would have said, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people. Gross ignorance to people. People are going to be very ignorant. But, it's a condition, the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we define him already. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So you see? So, once Esau went into darkness, Moses said, shut up and go into darkness. You can't deny this. They went into Caucasus Mountains and they came out. Was they in the light when they came out? No. That's why they got the Discovery Channel and the History Channel. They always trying to discover something because they ran away from civilization for so long. And they put the people in gross darkness. You think about us. All the information that we had, all the things that we knew. We knew, and the inventions that we invented. Because we had that technology. We had the ability to be able to make this world even the way it is now. The inventions that we invented. Don't get me started, shoot. We the chosen people of the Most High. Therefore, we're going to be able to bring this to a higher level. And he allowed them to go to a higher level, I say, last kingdom on the earth, to be able to make this galactical battle, and this battle that's going to be on earth, according to the Most High, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, and other parts of the earth, a spectacular victory, so that they have no choice but to know that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the people of the book. Look what they're going to do. After everything is done, everything's said and done, you can't call 911. You can't call the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. Ain't none of that there. What they going to say? Look, Zechariah 8 and 22 and 23. They say, yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the most high power of hosts, power of armies of angels in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Most High. This is in the kingdom. Thus said the Most High of hosts. So make him mean something different. Make him say something different. But what he's saying here, In those days in the kingdom, it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, those of the tribe of Judah, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that the Most High is with you. Straight up. They're going to be coming to us. They're going to want to be coming to us when they realize the Most High is with us. Who else they going to go to? He says, look, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world. That means Esau going to be ruling in the end of the world. And Jacob's the beginning of it that followed. So who do you think? Because people be saying that the so-called white man is not Esau, they're not the Edomites, but who is it that's going to take the so-called white man down? If thou might say, because Esau, we got to wait for somebody else to come in power before salvation is coming to this earth, righteousness is coming to this earth, and everybody that hear my voice should want righteousness on this earth. No more wickedness on the earth. Unless you wicked, you got a judgment coming. That's why you should want this righteousness. Ephesians 4 and 18. We're going to read Ephesians 4, 18 to 25. Concerning this darkness. Ignorance. Let's look at verse 17. Let's read from 17. Ephesians 4 and 17. That this I say, therefore, and testify by Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, in the name of the Lord and Savior, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles, walk in the vanity of their mind. So that puts you in darkness, you in vanity, I mean, worthless thinking. So that's why he said in Ephesians 3 and 24, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. That's how the Gentiles, that's why you know a Gentile person and them calling themselves an Israelite, but they really are following what it is the scriptures are saying. That's why it's important to know these scriptures. Because they walk in the vanity of their mind, the way they think. They think it's okay. It ain't all right. It's not okay. By no means is it okay to walk in the vanity of your mind, the way you think. You better be knowing these precepts. You better know what the Most High say. And he ain't coming back for no novices either. No beginners. Y'all better be studying. It tell you, you got to study to show yourself approved to the Most High. This is what it say, having the understanding darkened. Hear that? Having the understanding darkened. Darkened. Meaning void of understanding. Having an understanding darkened. Being alienated. Hear what it say? Alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance. See? Darkness being ignorant. Not knowing that is in them because of the blindness of their heart, the blindness of the way they think, who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. See, this is the problem. And that's the way this world is set up. They want you to operate under lasciviousness. You see? Things that are unprofitable for your spirit in reaching and getting, establishing a closer relationship with the Most High, your lust and so forth, to work all uncleanness with greediness. But ye have not so learned Mashiach. See? If you really learn him, you ain't learned how to be like a Gentile. You want to be opposite of the Gentiles. Talking about these other nations that's dealing with idolatry and so forth. And the way of the world. Everything that comes in the world, they jump to it. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. And we know what the truth is. We can sing it together, class. Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. That's why he said in St. John 14 and 6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I'm the way to show you how to follow the laws of the Most High. I'm the way to show you how to follow the commandments of the Most High that's going to lead to everlasting life. They ain't going to change. They ain't going to deviate. That's what he's saying. The truth. He's the truth. Was he an example? We just seen he didn't sin. Do we have to define sin? Maybe we do, because maybe someone new that's online looking. What's sin? 1 John 3 and 4 defines what sin is. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. You see? Who made those laws? The Most High wrote them with his finger, the work of the Most High. So, Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, the truth is in him. The laws and the commandments is in Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. That's why he said in in Matthew 5:17, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy what I already had, the law and the prophets. He said, I didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill. And he fulfilled what we see in here in him dying for the sins of the of the 12 tribes of Israel. Ha Mashayach Yahawashi dying for us, and all the things that we're seeing are symbolically representing him. That is written. Let's continue. Verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation. The old man or the old woman. You still the same, then you ain't in the Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. He get ready to burn your butt up, man. If you don't change, look, that's why he said. We have, verse 20, but ye have not so learned Mashayach. See, we ain't learned Mashayach like the world would have you to think that you're supposed to know him. Because they don't know these scriptures. The truth is in Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. But do y'all follow the law? The moral laws, the civil laws, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws? No. That's why you're in darkness. But that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. See, that lasciviousness that he's talking about, that's deceitful lust that you deal with. And you can't let it go because that you are the world. If you are the world, then you're not part of him. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You got to be renewed in the spirit of your mind to come out of darkness. Come out of how he would have you. Remember, he say, put people in gross darkness. I see it every day. I see it all the time. People in gross darkness. You have those that want to come out of this. They have questions. They want to make sure that they're on point. Some of you don't care. That's why I say you follow your own what? Verse 17 can't get no clearer. This I say, therefore, and testify by Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. That's going to the Most High. That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles. So if you walk like this, as you get ready to say right now, you a Gentile. I don't care if you call yourself Israelite or not. How? Walk in the vanity of their mind. Your vain thinking, the way you think, you a Gentile. You ain't no Israelite. You a Gentile still. In your mind, the way you think. That's why this is about, that's why he said, verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man. The old man. That's why people talk to you and say, wow, you changed. Yeah, because I'm not that old man no more. I'm a new man, which is corrupt. I'm not corrupt no more, according to the deceitful lust that you had in the world. Some of you can't even come out of it. That's why you got to go back to it. Why the truth is a revolving door. It'd be time calling you, just like crack call people. The world be calling you, and the world set up to send you straight to hell with it. Gonna be thrown in the lake of fire. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, the way you think. This is very important. And that you put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness. What's righteousness? That's why I tell y'all, these words are very key. Through the spirit that the Most High has told me to tell you. Because when you see it, you know, you can't deviate from what? The righteousness is talk about what? The Most High's commandments. His laws, his moral laws, his civil laws, his dietary laws, his ceremonial laws. There it is. And true holiness. What's holy? Romans 7 and 12. You're not going to get away from it. I don't care where you run. And I want you to ask your pastors to come on and make this mean something different. Since they're teaching a whole nother different doctrine. Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy. To my holiness, this is how you be holy. Wherefore the law is holy. Whose laws are they? They're the Most High's laws, who he wrote with his finger. The work of the Most High. Wherefore the law of the Most High is holy. And the commandment holy. And just and good. That's what's good. That's what's holy. That holiness, what it said, that's what's holy. Hallelujah to the Most High. Yeah, so Ha Mashayach Yahawashi said, look, go to St. John, first chapter. Y'all bear with me because since this is from, I've been doing this Passover so many years, like from 2000 something, early 2000, whatever. So look at what Ha Mashayach Yahawashi said in St. John, the first chapter, in verse 4. In him, this is Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, was life. And the life was the light of men. Hear that? In him was life. And the life was the light of men. Listen. And the light shineth in darkness. And the darkness comprehendeth it not. So what world was he in? The Roman world. Remember? The chief priests and the elders were saying they got to get rid of Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. They're going to lose their power with who? The Romans, the so-called white man. Was the superpower of the earth when he walked the earth. They're the ones put him to death. Who's talking about that? Nobody. I don't look at TBN and I never heard them say, hey, the white man put Ha Mashayach Yahawashi to death. The Romans, who was a so-called white man. He said, I washed my hands of him. And they scourged him. They beat him. Then they crucified him. And wicked Israelites, as we see in this lesson, killed him by giving him over to him. To say, crucify him. You heard him say it. You see what it says? And the light, he's the light, shineth in darkness. And the light is what? I got to keep bringing it to you. What else is the light? Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. You see? So, the laws of the Most High is shining in ignorant people that's saying we ain't under the law, then, now, and seem like until the Ha Mashayach Yahawashi come back to bring forth righteousness on this earth. He coming back. He going to judge by the law. He going to judge by the law. Whether they don't accept it or not. He going to judge by the law. He's going to be saying the law as he's killing people. Things that we done, things that you've done, you're going to be saying the law as he's killing people. He said, without labor, let me read it to you so y'all don't just think I'm just, give me a flag and say, oh, you said something, then this is not hate speech. This is the truth. This is nothing but the unadulterated truth. Ain't no chaser though. Straight up. I must say, I hope that someone hears this and changes. Baruch, the 3rd chapter. No. Salakia. 2nd Ezra 13. 2nd Ezra 13. Y'all bear with me because I got to do this by myself. So, and I ain't no youngster, so I'm trying to do the best I can. 2nd Ezra 13. Do I have this page? I don't even. Hold up, let me see. I don't even. Hold up, let me find. I don't. This one is, the page is messed up. Let's see what I have on. can read out of the Oxford Annotated Apocrypha. So I can't find mine, select y'all. But it says in, it's not going to deviate that much. 2 Ezra 13 and 37. And he, my son, will reprove the assembled nations for their unrighteousness. This was symbolized by the storm, and will reproach them to their face with their evil thoughts and the torments with which they are to be tormented and tortured, which were symbolized by the flames, and will destroy them without effort by the law. Can't get no clearer than that. And will destroy them without effort by the law. Whose laws are they? By the Most High's moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, which are symbolized by the fire. Man. Okay, so he gonna destroy them without labor by the law. That even said it clear. I mean, and to tell you, which is like fire. Jeremiah 23:29. That's why y'all can think all you want to. You can follow these post-up preachers if you want to, saying we ain't got to follow the Most High. And that's what they're saying. We're saying that whose laws are they? That's why I make that clear, that the Most High wrote these laws with his finger. It's the work of the Most High. And y'all saying his work is in vain? Oh, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. That was 2 Ezra 13 and 38. This is what it says in Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like as a fire, said the Most High, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? So his word is fire. That's why I say he going to send the word to people. Thou shalt not do this, because y'all don't want to listen. He going to be saying the word to you, as the law says, that he's brought us on this earth in these last days to bring forth to our people, and they want to be hard-headed? Okay. He going to be roasting you. Matter of fact, roasting fire is the next thing. The affliction and suffering of Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. Isaiah 48 and 10. Y'all think I'm playing? Okay, let's see what the Most High had to say. Avoid this. Isaiah 48 and 10. He said, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. That's why he said Hosea 5:15. That's why I went through the lesson. Y'all better look at that and check it out. Go over it over it again till you really see what's happening. Moses said, I'm going to go to my place. I'm going to leave. He left us alone until we acknowledge our offense and seek his face. In our affliction, we're going to seek him early. Now here he says, behold, I have refined thee. He's molding us. Just like you take a piece of metal and you burn it in the fire, and you take an anvil and you start shaping it. I'll say you're shaping it into a sword. You beat it, you beat it, you beat it. It's red hot, just beating it on that anvil, shaping it. Then you put it in that water, cool it off. Oh, you ain't finished yet. Put you back in that fire. Get you back into that affliction. Put you back on that anvil, shaping you, trying to get you to be shaped. That's why when you look at any of us that's been in this truth for a long time, we know these scriptures. We know what time it is. We know what the past, the present, and the future holds from what the word of the Most High says. Ain't nobody else bringing it but we as the Hebrew Israelites. So he's shaping us, shaping you. Boom, 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 boom. Then he put you in that water, cool you off. Okay, you got a little break. Then he put you back in that fire again. And nobody can escape the chastisement of the Most High. He said, who he love, he chastens, right? So even if you are on point, even if we are on point, we still got to deal with the chastisement of the Most High for what we done all the way back to the garden. He said, all you need is me. Over and over again, when you read this Bible, go tell my people Israel, come back to me. Come back to me. Start following me. Start following my rules and regulations. Follow my laws and commandments. And we always to him aside and say we want to be like the heathen. That's why he's telling you a Gentile minded. If you don't think about what it is you're thinking about and what you're gonna speak and what you're gonna do as the heathen do. Or that's who you are. That's why he said, Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. That's why he told you in Ecclesiasticus 2:1. When you come to serve the Most High, prepare your spirit for what? Temptation. Here come the devil. You think the devil want to let you go? He got you. You think he want to let you go? And then y'all represent the devil in trying to deal with those that are dealing with the truth. Most people represent the devil because they don't know the scriptures. If you ain't thinking about, oh, let me think about what the Most High feel about this, whatever before you think, before you say something, before you act, then you working with the devil, straight up. Who else you working with? You ain't working with the Most High and Ha Mashayach Yahawashi. That's why he said, in your affliction, you gonna seek me early. And he say he gonna bring calamity. Like you see, I'm crying out because I see what's happening in those states, man. In Mississippi, said about 40 people have died from the tornadoes alone. 100 tornadoes, and y'all ain't waking up yet. 100 tornadoes. That's the Most High. Isaiah 53:7. Isaiah 53:7. He was oppressed, Mashayach Yahawashi, and he was afflicted. Just like we gotta be afflicted. He was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter. And as a sheep that before her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He didn't say nothing. But he did say he could call down 12 legions of angels to destroy all of them. But it wasn't his time. He didn't come to judge and make war. When he come back this time, y'all looking for him to come back the first time? Oh, you're gonna be just like the people that was on Capitol Records building in Hollywood. Here we are. You're gonna be tearing your butt up. You're gonna come back to the Most High. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, was he stricken. For us breaking the Most High's laws. And he made his grave with the wicked. Remember, they had a wicked cat on the right hand and a wicked cat on the left hand. And with the rich in his death. Remember, the rich man came and got his body, took it off the tree before the sun went down. So he died on his Passover. Remember, they had the Passover dinner? Go back and look at the lessons that I did. I did the plagues in Egypt, and I went to Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, showing you what he went through. You see? And they had the Passover dinner. That's when they came, got him. At night. All this happened at night, the Passover night. And that's what was happening with the death angel, going through and killing all the firstborns of the Egyptians and the beasts. So all this happened at night with Ha Mashayach Yahawashi too. So by the time the afternoon came, he was already gone. Joseph came and begged the body, put it in the tomb that he had already made. Remember, you got to look at the chief priests and the scribes. They already said they got to get rid of him. And Caiaphas prophesied that a man had to die for that nation, which is the nation of Israel. They prophesied that, and they plotted to kill him. Every time you look around, they was trying to kill him. He taught, they tried to kill him. They ain't trying to kill these pork chop eating preachers. They ain't teaching the truth. They right down with the system. Look, he was oppressed. Ha Mashayach Yahawashi was oppressed and he was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter because he knew it was his time. Because the other time he got away from him. And as a sheep, therefore her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. Had to get him out of here. That's why I tells you, man, how Moses had to get Ha Mashayach Yahawashi up out of here before he fell into the wickedness, man. Before the 12 tribes of Israel, which are the Most High's people, when you read Exodus 3 and 10, he was stricken. Like it says, He fulfilled what he had to fulfill. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit, that's that guile, in his mouth. Verse 10, listen at this. Yet it pleased the Most High to bruise him. He hath put him to grief, when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. That's the sacrifice that he made as an offering for sin and the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's why when he died, we seen, go back and look at the lesson, how it's Passover one-on-one. That's what it's called, Passover one-on-one. I think it's from 1 to 9 videos. When he gave up the spirit, the sacrificing temple, where they were sacrificing animals or whatever they were sacrificing pertaining to atonement of our sins, it rent in half. No more sacrificing. He was the ultimate sacrifice. Yet it pleased the Most High to bruise him. He hath put him to grief, when thou shalt make his soul, that's his body, an offering for sin. He shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Most High shall prosper in his hand. Hallelujah. So now, verse 11, he shall see all the travail of his soul. Can you imagine that? Because travail is like a woman having a baby. With the contractions, they be far apart, then they get closer and closer and closer and closer. Travail of his soul. He's seeing this, and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many. Hear that? By his knowledge shall my righteous servant, Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, justify many. For he shall bear their iniquities. Dang. Yet to bear our wickedness. See, people don't even want to acknowledge that. So, it was the morning, which represent day, light, Mashayach Yahawashi's return. Revelation 22:16. Who was he? He already said he's the light. So when his light is day. Revelation 22:16. I, Ha Mashayach Yahawashi, it's him saying it, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David. So he had to come from the lineage of David through copulation to sperm. That's a fact. And the bright and morning star. See? He's that day. He represents the morning. Romans 13 and 11. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, y'all, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. Now is high time for us to wake out of darkness, out of ignorance, not knowing what to do, how to develop a relationship with the Most High, which is most important of all. Have faith in the Most High. He gonna make it so that you don't have no choice but to have faith in him. The way this world is going, that's what he said. Now, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. When you sleep, you're in darkness, ignorance, not knowing. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent. You hear that? The night is far spent. That's why he said, he's the light, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. Now he's brought his spirit. He is the spirit of the Most High to us in these last days, trying to bring forth our people to come out of this gross darkness that they've been put into. I mean, clearly, they tell you to laugh in your face, say, hey, you want to keep something from us, you put it in a book. This is the most important book you need to know. Everybody. That's what it says. The night is far spent. Right now. That's what Mashayach Yahawashi say, look. For our time now, understand, overstand this. Go to Matthew 24. better understand what time we just, the night is far spent. That's why he said, Matthew 24 and 21, he said, for then shall be great tribulation. Jacob's trouble, you know, in your affliction, you're going to see me early, then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no ever shall be. What's planned on this earth for the future of what we got to go through, this is what he said. And except those days should be shortened by the Most High that we living in now, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. You hear that? Everybody ain't going out of here. For the elect's sake, those days going to be shortened. That's why it says in Romans 13:12, the night is far spent. The day is at hand. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. Let us cast off the works of darkness, being ignorant, not knowing, desiring to want to know more. I mean, they got you all caught up in everything, games and social media, all these different apps and all these things that you can look at to take your mind from what you need to be taking your mind into studying for the time to come. Because there ain't gonna be no time to be crying whenever it happens, because you don't fear the Most High. Or you'll be making sure that you have this relationship with him, doing what he say do. That's why I say the night is far spent. The day is at hand. The day is at hand. He say gonna make you hear what he said? Great tribulation so bad as never been in the world. As bad as it's gonna be in the time that we live in, y'all. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. They talking about changing the money system. They can control everything that you spend. What you gonna do? Say, oh, you don't need nothing, and you need something. What you gonna do then? It's real. You gonna take the mark of the beast? You can't buy, sell, or do anything. You gonna fall to them, or you gonna be like Eleazar and the woman and her 7 sons. They wouldn't eat no pork. They wouldn't eat nothing that was abominable. They died. They chose to die because they know they got something better. You gonna die for his rules and regulations or the Most High's rules and regulations? Think about it. Even in this same chapter, it talks about, the rulers of this world. You do right, they're not gonna be dealing with you. You do wrong, they're gonna deal with you. Because the Most High got his hand in everything. You do right, then he gonna be protecting you. But if you do wrong, then here they come. They're coming. The night is far spent, but yet still, there's going to be some martyrs. Also, the night is far spent. The day is at hand, but understand this. All death comes from the Most High. He have the issue from death. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Hear that? Protection of light. We went to Proverbs 6:23. Y'all not going to run from this. His commandments and his laws are light, period. So protection of light is putting on the protection of following the Most High's rules and regulations. His laws, statutes, commandments, point blank. Can't go wrong with using what the Most High said. And we had to eat in haste, right? We had to eat in a hurry coming out of Egypt. And think about it, we had all day to tell the people, we free, we free. They ain't believe it. You know us. You're lying. We're going to get beat more. They're going to beat us more. They're going to make us get more straw, more stubble. Because they made us get our own stubble, stop giving it to us, and still had to make the same amount of bricks. So you know how our minds are. I don't believe you, man. You're lying. So they had to see. I know when they probably really realized that we were free when they seen the Egyptians giving up all their goods so we can leave up out of there. Bet you they do then. Where you get that from? They just giving up. We free. I told you. Oh man, let me go get something. We had to eat in haste. So wasting no time to consume the world. 2 Peter Now let's go to let's say that for next time. The next one. Let's go to Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. This pure righteous power. This is Ha Mashayach Yahawashi sitting on a white horse. And he that sat up in was called faithful and true. And in righteousness, that's what I'm telling y'all. Once again, in righteousness, what's righteousness? Let's define it. Just in case, I know class, y'all should know this by heart. And that's what I'm telling y'all. It's very important to see the definition of these words, because when it comes up, you say, okay, I see what it's talking about. Through the precepts. Deuteronomy 6:25 defines righteousness. And it shall be our righteousness. He's coming to judge in righteousness, right? And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments, see, before the Most High. That's why I say you got to do these commandments before the Most High. Ain't no way you can hide from the Most High. In your worlds, you got to be doing these commandments as He have commanded us. What's the other scripture for the righteousness? I always call it all the time. We got to deal with the truth. It's in the same chapter as the truth. That should be a big giveaway. And see, that's why I say y'all should be tuning this in so that nobody can gainsay on this. Psalms 119, 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. You hear that? So all the commandments are righteousness with the Most High. So listen what it says now. Now, I want you to make it mean something different, because I seen Geno Jennings, he went into this from Revelation 19:11 to 15, and he butchered it, you know what I mean? But I did a lesson to show him what it actually means, you know what I mean? Because he might not know, I don't know. But it's very important that we look at this and understand it for what it is. When I saw heaven open, Revelation 19:11, and behold, a white horse. This is righteous power. And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And in righteousness, he does judge and make war. Hear that? In righteousness. So what's righteousness? We just defined it. 2 places, without a shadow of a doubt. He's coming to judge in righteousness. That's the law. He does judge and make war.